Hello and welcome to this special live stream live from Shanghai. Well, Shanghai has lifted COVID restrictions since the first day of June, and factories have resumed productions, logistics centers have also resumed operations, and shopping malls have also reopened to the public. So that in the next 1 hour, my colleagues and I will live from Shanghai in 3 different places, and we'll start from me. Where I am is a skincare product manufacturing plant located in Shanghai's suburban Qingpu. And first of all, I have special guest, Katie Lei, who is in charge of corporate affairs at the Best of China. Thank you very much for joining us. So in the next 20 minutes, we're going to tour this manufacturing plant. So first of all, tell me the production capacity of your manufacturing plant at the current moment.
And since the June 1st, we have already resumed 100% for all the production centers. As you know, in April, all the production has been terminated due to the COVID-19 cases. In the past 2 months, with all the help from the local officials, now we have gradually resumed from since April. Now from June 1st, 100% resumed. That's very good news for us.
Perfect. So this is the gate we are going to enter the factory.
Here we go.
So here we go. Thank you.
And first of all, you will see how this beauty
Yeah, so I'm going to disinfect my shoes. Perfect. Thank you.
So entering this door, you are entering the beauty house.
So tell me, what's this manufacturing plant used for?
This is for produce our major Bear Stuff's co-brand Nivea products. The place where you're sitting now, this is the finish line where the product has been made, and now going here is the place that you packaging all the product, then ship to all the warehouse, and deliver to our consumers.
So what we are seeing is actually a packaging line, right? So
yes, it is.
We are seeing some staff working here, but majorly it's all done by the robots, right?
Correct. As you can see here, this robots, what we call is a collaboration robots. The name is collaboration. It is different from a robot. Let me tell you a little bit the difference. You probably see in a heavy industry there's a robot, and it has a separate area it cannot touch because it's quite heavy for moving the automobile scenes. For beauty, we're light, but we're beauty. So this robot, you can just be with him. You have no separate area, but it's very smooth, like a puppy. Like a puppy, it can help you to reduce the workloads and help to reduce the human beings shifting, lifting. We have 5 lanes, and this is what assembling China. It's also a collaboration between Germany and China.
So this is somehow also helped to solve some labor problem during the
Correct.
COVID outbreak,
Yes.
right?
Yes, it is. Previously, as you can see, it was 1 line. You're going to have at least 1 people to doing that. With these robots, 5 production lines, I can reduce more than 10 people staff.
So majorly, all of your products produced here are going to China, right?
Yes, it is. We're serving China, we're in China, for China, and with China.
What other major cities that have seen major sales growth over the past couple months or year?
It is very interesting. Also, we're very glad to see that after this gradual resume, we see, for example, the e-commerce. We already see 2-digit growth compared to the previous last years. This is one thing. Overall, we also see double-digit growth compared to last year. Probably our consumers love the product, and after some restriction has been gradually removed, they're trying to catch up their consumer habits.
So Shanghai is majorly the core city for your company.
Of course.
So how has the COVID outbreak affected your production?
Well, in the lockdown area, timing there were 2 months, the production has been shut down to prevent the COVID. But since I think it's from June 1st, everything has been just gradually resumed for operations. And now we have some measures we still have the measures to prevent COVID. For example, we have the engine tester every day. And we also have the PCR tester once in 2 days. And actually, this was done by ourselves because we were being trained by the local officials we can collect these samples and then send it to the officials for further tests. So this also help us to very fast to track any crisis or issues if there is.
I heard like some of your staff actually living in Kunshan, like a nearby city of Shanghai, but which belongs to the Jiangsu province. So are there any difficulties for this staff at the current moment? Because, at the current moment, many people from Shanghai, if they want to go to other provinces, they still need to take a quarantine.
Yes, physically speaking, here, sometimes you take off your mobile, you will see Jiangsu welcome you. But actually, this belongs to two cities. Now, here is Shanghai cities. For the COVID prevention, we quite understand that still our employee from Kunshan cannot go to daily. We do our all the best to accompany them in our plant. We have the canteen, we have the safety room for them, so everything make sure they live comfortable here. We hope and we also believe gradually in the coming days, as we also learn from the officials, that their coordination with the Jiangsu province trying to get this is getting better and better.
So at the current moment, how is the production capacity at this plant? Like how many products can you produce at this plant?
This is the Bearstock Nivea Shanghai Production Center. Why it is called a center? Nearly all the products was made and delivered from the customers. You can see we have the Nivea cleanser. We also have a deodorant is nearly a top in China brand. Like retail sales in Shanghai actually were quite affected by the COVID outbreak, and the retail sales dropped by double digit in the first 4 months of the year. So do you think at the current moment, there are still many challenges ahead? Of course, it is the challenges. On the one hand, it's still, for gradually resume, it's a phase. It's not. It's a process. It's not just that suddenly you can resume to 100, just like what our production resume. We also find that the delivery for e-commerce still in some places are not 100% resumed. But even though we already have 2-digit growth compared to last year. So we believe once all this restriction has been gradually removed, the market trends will be much better.
So this is the packaging area. How about the inside? Because
that's for the filling area. As you can see, this is the separator area. Generally speaking, we have the products will have the compounding over there behind this wall. After compounding, this filling machine will fill the materials into these packages. And then it's coming to this finishing line. The packaging go to the warehouse.
Why do we need to separate these two plants?
Because it has a different hygiene requirement. Within there's a different and a much more higher hygiene request for prevention, something like that.
So do you have any dorms for these workers at the current moment?
Dorms? Sorry? Currently we have we use our buildings and our offices to make sure they can accommodate them as kind of the dormitory for them to live in. And we have the canteen. This is the somewhere we're doing. Now, because the restriction has been moved, for the people, most of the people, they are living in Qingpu area, they can have the daily communicate. That's much easier for them. Previously, they were living here
in a different area. But how about the people living in other districts? Because most of them still can commute every day, right?
Because we quite consider about the community. Most of the employee was hired and lived in Qingpu area, so that's much more convenient for them to come in and buy.
So we know Qingpu is located in Shanghai suburb. So how about the business environment here in Shanghai, in Qingpu?
Qingpu is quite good. Actually, it has a new development plan. I would also notice that just probably days ago, a new metro line was going to be built. For example, I was living in the downtown, but there's a Songzhe highway street coming from downtown here, 30 minutes. Sometimes it's even much faster compared to if you have a traffic jam in the downtown cities, I would say that.
But the current moment is still quite good because not everyone is able to go out. Only people in low-risk areas in Shanghai are allowed to commute every day. So how about the traffic? How do you think about the traffic at the current moment?
The traffic is okay because besides the you can drive, we also have the Metro Line 17 just come to here, and this area we have the communicative shuttle bus, so it's quite convenient. Comparing to the downtown areas, and this area has much more space, and you can do more exercise around these cities.
And we know earlier to reactivate Shanghai's economy, Shanghai government has actually launched 50 measures to boost the city's economy. So, of course, to foreign firms, there are also many favorable policies. So, to foreign companies like you, how do you think about the favorable measures?
The first thing, we got the first subsidy from the local officials to helping us to resume the operations, and they reduce our social securities. This is all good measures. Most of all, we just had a meeting with the local officials trying to helping our, as just has been said, those employees living in the Kunshan area, how to help them to coordinate with Jiangsu province to gradually to let them going back. All these measures to make sure first our company can resume as just as what we had months ago. On the second hand is we are talking about how to make this place more attractive to other places, not only us, but also the other cosmetic brand can use Qingpu as a platform, as a center to further develop ourselves as an industrial cluster.
So we know there are still many other types of factories around you.
Sure.
So according to your observation, how about the resumptions near your factory?
I have to say all the districts are doing their best, and under certain conditions. From the data-wise, also as I can observe that Qingpu is one of 3 or 4 districts that has the first batch to resume work, and this is also, you can see from June we are already 100%, nearly 100% resumed. This is quite good.
And we can see there are so many boxes being put here. Are these products going directly to the retail consumers, or you are going to make this product transfer to some place?
This is the place we're here now is called Belsa Production Center. We also have a regional distribution center. First, this product will ship to our distribution center, then reallocated to a different sub-area, for example, in Guangzhou or in some area place distribution, then go to our retailer and to our consumers.
So how many distribution centers do you have here in China?
Around 3 or 4.
So how about the logistics speed at the current moment? Because we know Shanghai has lifted the COVID restrictions and the logistics are gradually resuming. So of course not 100%, because according to my own experience, some of my products ordered on Tmall are not shipped very fast. So how about the logistics speed?
I have to say this time it also each coin have 2 sides. Because Shanghai was a logistics center in China, besides the highway, we also have a train. So sometimes at this specific time, the trains traffic also help us a lot. For this, we call it mainstream traffic distributions. And now we are quite good at this moment. Most of them has been resumed. And for your experience, I would say, in my personal opinion, you will receive goods in the coming days, very soon.
Perfect. I'm looking forward to that. And speaking of logistics, we know the so-called 618 shopping festival is approaching, and it's another shopping festival besides Double 11. So do you have any promotion plans? Because we know Shanghai is dedicated to reactivate the consumption sector.
We do our best to accommodate our consumers' needs. They would like to have some much more, I would say, discount, or they want to have some more goods, let's say this way. We try our best. I just showed a number, as I just called our e-commerce director, Mark, has told me good news that we have already, compared to last year, just as I said before, 2 digital growths have already seen our book. That's very good.
So most of your products are sold on e-commerce sites, right?
We have online business, we have offline business. Both are very important to us. It's a very a key pillar for us. And we know that different consumers, they have different habits. They have a different, consumer journey. So we do our best to accommodate both different, consumers.
So besides Shanghai, we know Shanghai was hit hard by COVID over the past 2 months. But how about other cities? We know this is a manufacturing plant, and all these products go to different places across China. So how about sales in other cities that are not affected by COVID? Did you also see a surge in sales in other cities?
It's very interesting from my observation. I would say, for the other city which was not hit, definitely was not being affected. Sometimes they will also see this year we see some growth. Very interesting this year. We all know that Shanghai and Beijing this time, the COVID situation compared to other cities have some situations. But the interesting thing, we both see Shanghai and Beijing have some growth comparing to the other cities. Still, we are research the cause for this interesting phenomena, but we are happy to see our consumer getting back, because we love that our consumer having the product, they're having the feeling to use this product. That's sure they are happy.
A very interesting trend.
It is.
We know some cities in central China, like Chengdu, like Chongqing, the consumption sector there are also growing very fast. So how about your target consumers? Are you targeting all types of consumers across China, or do you have any priority or favorable consumers?
Every consumer to us, each consumer is important. For Berstyle, here in this plant, we produce Nivea, we produce Mastro. Mastro is the styling. So far, it's the #1 styling product here. We see different consumer. For example, even we're talking about Chengdu, but you will see the city and the suburban area, they are quite different. We have our different product to this different consumer. So we are trying to make sure they all are happy with our different product.
Looking forward to that. And do you have any, last question, do you have any future investment plan here in China?
We would to bring more, as a Berstyle group, we would like to bring more product, more brand into China. We also have a cross-border business, and this e-commerce cross-business will helping us to move our new product to China much more quicker and fast. And as all the people know, Berstyle Group also have just acquired some international brand, and something coming soon. We're also trying to launch it in China. Last but not least, we still are looking for we have a program called NX Generator to helping the other new brand to not only in China but also in Korea to come into in China and develop in China, serving our Chinese consumers.
Perfect. Looking forward to your future investment. Thank you very much, Mr. Lei, for joining us. Thank you very much. So, as we mentioned earlier, Shanghai has resumed production since the first day of June. But of course, it's not only 100% resumption, because there are still sporadic COVID cases happening in town. So resumptions are taking place in phases. And here I am is a manufacturing plant. Production is one thing. Another key problem is how to ship these products to other cities across China, or even to other countries. So logistics is a very important problem. And my colleague Wu Bing here is in a logistics center also in Shanghai suburban Qingpu district. Wu Bing.
Well, thank you, Chen Tong. I'm CGTN reporter Wu Bin, and today I'm going to take you to understand what's the current situation of the express delivery industry in Shanghai. As we know, the express delivery industry is very important, because once the express delivery and the logistics is smooth, it'll actually boost both consumption and also the development of many industries. So right now we are standing at the largest distribution center in Shanghai of STO Express. So this distribution center serves as a transfer hub of all the delivery parcels coming from different parts of China into Shanghai and vice versa. And with the express delivery industries back to normal, this place is once again handling up to millions of parcels each day. And today I'm very glad to have Mr. Wang Qiuhui. He is the manager of the Shanghai Distribution Center of STO Express. So, Mr. Zhang, first please say hello to our audience.
Hello everyone, I'm Wang Qiuhui, the manager of STO Express.
Well, thank you, Mr. Wang. So first, I would like to know, because the city was hit by its worst COVID outbreak in the past 2 months. So I was wondering, how has the the outbreak influenced the normal running of this place? 那么我们也知道，在过去2个月的这个疫情期间呢，可能对于我们的整个快递行业也是有一定影响的。那么具体您能跟我们讲一下，在这个期间有哪些影响呢？对于我们这个上海分拨中心来讲？
这个主要是这个疫情的话，对我们来说的话，是一个增加了一个人力，还有这个像防疫这一类的一个投入，然后我们增大了这个人力人员的一个投入，增加一些成本，去维持正常的一个就是说中心的一个保障这个正常的一个运转，这样子。
So Mr. Wang said that the COVID outbreak actually has cost more manpower and also more cost to ensure the normal running of this place. So how has during this the COVID outbreak this time? So how many workers are there to ensure the normal running of this place? 那么在这个期间，我们大概是什么时候就是具体受到了怎样的影响？我们在这个期间有多少的员工还坚持在这个地方去工作呢？
我们这边的话就是说基本上我们整个4月份来说是中心这一块人员可能是没有参与这个分拨的。但是到了5月份，第一批我们这个中心复工复产过后，然后第一批拿到那个市政府的白名单，然后我们就把这个人员就是从中心这一块安排参与这个分拣快递的操作，基本上的话，能够达到平常的40%的人参与这个操作。
So this place has stopped operation for the entire April, and they started resumption of work in early May. And so just now, Mr. Wang said nearly 40% of its employees are back to work in early May. 那么 so one more question is, just now you told us in early May you have 40% of employees coming back to work. So what about now? 那么现在我们的这个员工返岗的情况怎么样呢？
现在的话就是说6月份整个我们上海也复工复产过后，然后我们的员工的话，不管是住在外面的，还是说因为疫情的原因哈，暂时不能上班的，现在已经全部正常返岗。然后而且我们同时在正常返岗的基础上，还从外面增加了一部分人来保障我们这个运转场地的中心的一个正常的分拣快递的一个操作。
So all the employees are now back to work, and they even hired some temporary workers to ensure the normal running of this place. 那么 so how many employees do we have now? Do we have back to work? 那么我们现在有多少这个就是在岗的员工呢？
现在的话，基本上我们正常的正式的操作工有1200号左右，然后从外面引进的这个3方的一些支援的人员的话，基本上在400号左右。整个中心的话，现在就是参与操作分拣这块的人，可能在1600号左右。
So now the distribution center has 1,200 employees and also some 400 temporary workers. So basically, they have 15 to 1,600 employees to guarantee that all the parcels are delivered on time to the customers. And so, how many delivery parcels are we usually handling each day? 那么我们每天大概在这个，因为这里是全上海最大的这个分拨中心，那么我们每天大概会处理多少的包裹呢？
就是我们现在每天的这个处理量的话，基本上在250万单。那这250万单里面的话，可能就是说从全国各地发到上海的有那么130万单左右，然后从 上海发往全国各地的可能有在120万单左右。
So the daily capacity of this distribution center is 2.5 million delivery parcels, and 1.2 million delivery parcels are coming to Shanghai, and another 1.3 million parcels are leaving Shanghai to other parts of China. So one of the very major questions is because you just mentioned that for the entire April, the operation of this distribution center is suspended. So are there any parcels delayed or stuck in the distribution center? 那刚刚您也提到了，就是在这个4月份的时候，其实这个分拨中心是停滞状态的。那么在这个期间，我们有没有快递滞留在这个分拨中心呢？我们大概处理的情况怎么样
？4月份的话，我们就是说整个中心停滞的状态下的话，外面这个快件是没有进入中心的，主要是我们那个3月底，然后还在运转的时候，有那么一部分的快件，然后可能停滞在中心了。但是5月1号，我们整个复工复产，就是拿到第一批白名单过后，那我们经过3天左右的一个消化，就将这个所有就是3月底滞留在中心这部分的快件，经全部的一个分拣，然后发出，转运出去了。
So the COVID outbreak did has an impact on the delivery of these parcels, and they have there have been almost 300,000 delivery parcels delayed in this distribution center, and they have delivered them in just 3 days once they start resumption of work. And so one of the other major issues is so this place, I've discussed with a manager before this live stream, because they told me that actually the line that you just seen is usually will not be operational, but now because of the coming online shopping festival, it is operation. It started operation even during the afternoon. 那么就是在我们这个刚刚在直播开始之前，我跟您有一个简单的沟通，您也介绍到，其实，在正常情况下，我们的这个下午的时候，这个生产线是不工作的。那么您能给我们简单介绍一下？就目前我们看到，其实下午的时候还是很繁忙的，这个是为什么呢？
这个的话，主要是因为我们一个618的一个大促，每一年的这个年终大促的话，现在商家他把那个活动分流了，基本上从6月1号开始，第一波活动他们就会做起来，然后就是因为我们第一波的这个量哈，就是因为那个4月、5月整个上海疫情的一个影响，4月、5月的量，然后集中到6月份来有一个爆发式的一个增长，所以我们现在呢就是说加长了这个操作的一个时间，然后把这个下午的有效时间也原来空档的时间也利用起来，增加我们的一个操作，然后尽量的把这些所有的包裹然后操作出去，这是第一个。
So the reason why they are adding extra lines, working extra hours, is because of the coming online shopping festival. So in China, we have online shopping festival every year on June 18th. But actually, before that, at the end of May, the shopping festival has already started, and many people will start to buy a lot of stuff during this time. So that's why they have received more parcels during this time, and that's why they are starting extra lines and working extra hours during this time to ensure that these parcels will be processed on time.
同时呢，也有一个就是我们为了这个准备这个第二波，第二波的话，在6月15号左右，它会第二波来。那我们争取把这个前期这个整个中心，然后就是说爆发增长的量，然后把它消化掉过后，轻装上阵，迎接第二波高峰的一个到来。
And the online shopping festival, the second wave will start from June 15th. So they are now actually some of the parcels are delivered. Some of the parcels they are trying to deliver more parcels before the second wave, so they can save more manpower to deliver the coming peak of delivered parcels. 那么您刚才也提到了，就是马上这个618购物节的第二波就要来了。那么我们在面对这个618第二波可能会来到的更多的这个包裹，我们是如何去处理的呢 ？So how are we going to, what have we prepared to ensure that all the parcels that during this time will be delivered on time?
第二波这个我们主要是通过3个方面的去准备的。第一方面呢，就是我们这个人员方面。那在我们现有正施工的基础上，我们可能还要再增加一部分的这个3方的这个人员来保障。可能就是第二波的量会有一个比第一波的量增长更猛、更大的一个势头。那我们现在通过协调，已经从外面储备了600号左右的这个3方的人员，可能在下一波来协助我们。然后这个是人员方面。
So the first thing they have done is to add more manpower to ensure a normal running of this place, because they are expecting much more parcels starting from June the 15th, and they are recruiting 600 temporary workers to work during this time.
还有一方面的话，就是我们一个转运的车辆方面，我们日常的运力的话，可能在300台车左右。但是为了迎接第二波高峰的话，我们现在已经从总公司运输部这边争取到了200台左右的车辆增加，可能我们就是整个618第二波期间的话，有500台左右的车辆，保障我们整个中心的一个进出快递的一个运输。
And the second thing they have done is to add more vehicles, trucks. So usually they have 300 trucks to deliver all the parcels, and now they are adding 200 more to prepare for the coming shopping festival.
第3个方面的话，就是我们还准备了一些因为准备了一些停车场，然后从政府这边协调，因为这个卡车一个增加，那我们为了保障整个场地的一个流通，然后还有一个包括道路的一个畅通，那我们跟政府协调，增加了2个这个停车场，然后到时候这个疫情的话，包括这个驾驶员一个在停车场的一个休息啊，然后还有他们平常的这些一个正常的这种休息的要求啊，我们都会去尽量的提供满足。
And the third thing they have done is to add more parking lot, because they have added 200 more trucks, so they need more parking lot. So that's the last thing they have done, to add more parking lot and also to provide enough space for the drivers to rest. And one of the very interesting things that I witnessed during these days is that some customers they said their parcels are returned because the delivery stations are exceeding their maximum capacity, and this might be linked to 2 reasons. One is that the enormous need of shopping online after the delivery service is returning to normal. The second is the coming online shopping festival that according to Mr. Wang has already started, and the second wave will start in June the 15th. And apart from the recovery of express delivery industry in the city, logistics is also gradually resuming. According to China Eastern Airlines, its numbers of cargo flights has returned to normal level by now. And the Shanghai port also said its daily throughput has already returned to 90% of its normal level. So with a recovered express delivery industry and logistics, we are expecting the consumption and many industries will be recovered at a faster pace. And that's the end of my part of live streaming at the Shanghai Distribution Center of STO Express. Thank you very much for joining us. And now my colleague Wang Siwen will be introducing the recovery situation of businesses of one of the busiest commercial areas in Shanghai. She is at Xintiandi. So next we head over to Siwen. 好的，我这边就一直订到这个。
Welcome to the CGTN live streaming from Shanghai. And today we're going to have a live streaming relay. So my colleagues have introduced you guys Shanghai's city life and work resumption. We have visited Beerstock, one of the foreign invested company in Shanghai, and also ZTO Express on Shanghai's logistic recovery. So where I'm currently at is the Xintiandi area. It is located at the heart of the city, and it also combines the Western and the Chinese elements. And it has the most trending clothing stores, food and beverages, and so on. So today we're gonna explore this place and let's have a look. So for most of public menus, we have to scan the QR code. So here, just let me scan it. Okay, so mine shows green code for 3 days. So we have to do the PCR testing every 3 days. So they're gonna scan it. And today I have a guest joining me today who is Clarence Lee, and he is a senior commercial director from Shui'an, and which is a developer of the Xintiandi area. So I'm gonna say hi to him. Hey, Clarence.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining us
My
today.
pleasure.
So could you please just give a brief introduction of yourself?
Okay, I'm actually the senior director of CGTN, managing the CGTN portfolio.
Okay, so cool. So I have learned that Xintiandi ranks like top 20 cultural landmarks all over the world by Forbes. Could you just give us a brief introduction like this area and what's the original idea of design and of all these architects?
Yeah, sure. Actually, Xintiandi is a first of its kind. Yeah, so if you can look around, you see the old Shanghai Link houses architecture, but at the same time, we have injected a lot of modern cosmopolitan lifestyle. Back to 20 years ago, I think we are the first project with the outdoor dining and festival dining concept. So I think we always try to be the trendsetter of the area.
So this place has been built in 2002, and you mentioned this 20
years ago.
Oh my goodness! So what is like one is 20 years ago, and is it just like a Hutang, or is it like a Shikumen Longtang? Like
yeah, it's like a Shikumen Longtang, but at the same time we have made some adjustment so that from between the houses, actually we always try to have some space for people to gather. So at some point we also have built some new buildings. So it will be a mix of the new and the old. Yeah. At the same time, it's also a blend of the Western culture and Chinese culture as well. So you see, the old buildings is still in very good condition. In this 20 years, we have made a lot of changes because we need to keep the place as a vibrant community. We have organized a lot of activities. We have about 6 events in the whole year. So including the Shanghai Fashion Week, which is one of the biggest events. We work with the Shanghai Fashion Week for more than 10 years already. So this is also one of the key venues for the fashion show in Shanghai as well. We also got lots of performances. We got on average about 200 performances a year, and it's all free.
I can totally feel the atmosphere here. Like this place is so popular, especially among youngsters, and it has so many like trending brands, food and beverages, and stores. Can you just give us like brief introduction? I have so many brands, and probably they're like the first brand in Shanghai or in China, right?
Yeah. I think lots of people know CGTN because of the restaurant and bar. I think we got the first restaurant in Shanghai, and we also got some Michelin-star restaurant here as well. But for the recent years, we have added lots of interesting retail elements. So, I think we passed by the Comfort Boutique, which is the first one in China as well.
The first one in China. Yeah.
So, and also we got Yves Saint Laurent YSL. It's a concept perfume store, and we also got Jo Malone and NARS and etc. in this area.
So this place is it's a Shikumen district, really Shikumen style, and the neighborhood is the meeting site for the first CBC Congress, right?
Yeah, it's a party museum. We name CGTN in Chinese character is the sky, and the sky. The character is actually made of two parts. First is a one, and the other is big. So Yi Da. So Yi Da together means 10. So 10 and D together make a space. So it's a brand new concept. The whole space is called CGTN.
So this area is the places you preserve, like the kind of have the ancient feelings of the neighborhood. Right? Okay.
Yeah, heritage is also very important part of our DNA. But at the same time, we also find some element to rejuvenate it. So that's very important.
Yeah, this place gives them a feeling like the combination of Western and Chinese style, and also the feeling of old and new. So that's the reason why it gathers like people from all over the world, like youngsters, and I also see some seniors just give a walk, have some fresh air in this place.
We welcome everyone, actually. I think for CGTN is definitely the landmark. Of not just Shanghai and China as well. Lots of the international tourists, when they come to Shanghai, and they think they will definitely visit CGTN. But at the same time, it's also a place for all the local people, for them to enjoy life. I can see, if we look around, you see lots of festival dining area. So after 1st of June, actually, we have reopened the area already.
So it's more like a community, like it's not just like a one shopping place or one street like for food or for shopping. Like this area combines everything. Like you can have a chat with your friend and then you go shopping and then you have your dinner with your like family or friends.
Yeah, we also got a very big office portfolio, and also we got a very high quality residential area here as well. So there's also a very beautiful lake. Neighborhood. So the whole place is, we can say, is a live, work, play, learn. So residential, office, and retail together.
So the city has just experienced 2 months, like the worst hit outbreak. What's its impact on your business, like on the whole CGTN area?
Yeah, I think for the last 2 months is a very special period. It's not easy for everyone. So during this period, where we try to help our tenant to open the restaurant so that we can support the community. Actually, during that period, some of our restaurants have never stopped. But
you mean like the group buying or online delivery?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So I think if you have people in China, they will. The first pick is definitely Shake Shack, right? The burgers.
And we have the first Shake Shack here, like in Shanghai.
Yeah, it's actually the first in China as well. So we help the tenant to provide them facilities like shower facilities and washrooms, so that the staff can work here in a relatively good condition. Starting from 1st of June, basically we have reopened. About 80% of the shops have already reopened. And this is the second weekend, and the last weekend we saw, in terms of the traffic, is close to 75% at the same month last year already.
So, like the fountain here is the statue of China's folklore, like figures, right? Which represent longevity, fortune, and prosperity.
Yeah, it's happy life. We want people to live a happy life, right?
That's the message you want to send to visitors.
Okay.
So this place is quite interesting. Like it has shopping areas and food areas, just like combining everything. And when you walk a street further, and there's like an office building, right?
Yeah, and actually right now it's kind of late evening. So if you come again later or after 7, so we have all those beautiful lighting around. So you'll be a very romantic scene as well. So you can find all the different interesting, exciting movements in different time of the day.
Yeah, today is a Friday night, and right now it's just like 5 p.m. And I guess this place will gather a lot of people like in the coming 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah.
But so far, dining is still not allowed. But like some people choose to dine outside, and for like after 2 months, most people just want to have some fresh air or just get together with their friends or the family, and that's just like this is the best season of Shanghai, right?
Yeah.
People just don't want to miss the season here.
Yeah. Well, people would like to see the friends, families, and CGTN is always a social and cultural destination. That's why, this is the first place they come to mind. And at the same time, we offer a lot of different variety of food. You can find also cuisine, Italian, French,
yes,
and burgers, American, Spanish, Chinese, whatever.
Yeah, I want to ask you, like you mentioned, like this place has gathered the Chinese and the Western elements, and it gives me the feeling like when I'm in overseas. So I just want to ask you, what exactly on your design of Chinese elements and overseas elements?
I think there are 2 parts in terms of architecture. You see the sugarman houses. So it represents China and Shanghai. But at the same time, the content inside those architecture is very diversified. It's very cosmopolitan. You can see the first of its kind, first entry in China. And also at the same time, adapt to the Chinese style as well. I think the international knowledge and culture knowledge balance is very important. That's how it makes CGTN special.
So Shuyan and this developer has created many like CGTN area, and Shanghai CGTN is the first one, right?
Yes. Actually, Shanghai we got lots of good projects. We got basically the every district we've got a flagship project, but Shanghai CGTN of course is a one. We also got presence in Wuhan. We also got presence in Chongqing and also Nanjing and also Foshan. So we are very confident about the economy in China. I think we'll keep investing. And we also want to give ourselves more challenges to create something new for the public people.
So after the city's reopening, and what's your resumption plan next? I know more stores are reopening, and more employees are coming back. Just like, will this latest round of COVID impact on the confidence on Chinese market, and what's the plan for the resumption, especially for CGTN? What's your guys planning now?
I think it's something short term, but I think the long term vision and confidence is very important. So we have never doubt about the future. All the fundamentals are very good, but in the short term, we try to make the recovery as fast as possible. At the same time, as a partner to help the people in the community to return to their normal life. That's why we have many plans to support the people. Like for the office crowd, we have made some discount, subsidy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We also offer free parking for certain kind of level of purchase so that they can come back to work safely.
So some support and subsidies for customers and the people who wanted to go to CGTN or shops here. So the festival, the shopping festival is coming.
It's coming. Is
there anything we plan to attract more customers? And I think this coming festival gonna reboot the market as well.
Yeah, we have never stopped. We've got lots of things in plan.
Yeah.
So right now we're working with Shanghai Fashion Week for digital fashion show right now. So we work with them for some digital fashion element. I think we can give you more details later.
Yeah.
At the same time, we are planning our Design Shanghai Festival. So this is another key event every year. So that lots of public art in different parts of our portfolio so that people can touch. And we also commission these arts to work together with some young talented artists in China.
Finally, those like exhibitions, art projects are coming back. I'm just like really wanted to see those exhibitions, which is like this, like it's the center of the Shanghai. Like those are the spirit of Shanghai people. Right?
Yeah. We got more to come. We got music festival and restaurant week in September.
So for those Xintiandi area, how many shops in total, like restaurants and shopping areas, do you have like a figure for us?
It's close to 300.
300?
Yeah, but we keep expanding in this area. Maybe 2 years later, we've got another big project coming and we can provide more options for our customer. Yeah. So right now, you can see Xintiandi, well, lots of people know about the sugar moon, the heritage. At the same time, we always try to blend the new and the old together.
Yeah.
This part is the southern part of Xintiandi. As you can tell around, there's a lot of international shops. So the Sildius is actually, and again, the first in China, is a top select shop from Tokyo. Yeah. So lots of merchandise inside you can never see elsewhere in Shanghai.
Yeah. Sometimes like when I'm wandering around here, I just have the mixed feeling like where I am. Sometimes I feel like I'm in Australia or whatever. But when I see the ancient buildings like the Shikumen style district, and it just reminds me like I'm in Shanghai again. The mixed feelings is actually really good.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that part is like the ancient style, and this one is more contemporary.
Yeah, we have just do some renovation about 1.5 years ago. So it's you can see it's a very vibrant retail ambience. Yeah. So like all the flagship store, like the IT is a Shanghai flagship and actually China flagship as well. So they got introduced also of an interesting brand like the Stussy. It's also I think the top trendy brand. And also how the space integrate together, I think it's also important. So in front of us, you see the big screen, and the more we call it Shenzhen style, so we have made a total renovation.
So are we gonna have? I heard there are some like New Year celebrations going on like in this area. So in this place, right?
Yeah,
fireworks.
Every year we've got the countdown.
Every year we got the countdown.
So it depends on the concept. So maybe I'll keep it as a secret for a while.
So every year we have a different act. So now we are in June, and for the half of the like from July to December, what activities we can expect?
Yeah. So Design Shanghai will be next, and then the restaurant week and music festival will follow after that, and we will have the another fashion week for the spring summer next year, and then will be the lighting festival for Christmas. Yeah, so in between we've got lots of different parade, small scale engagement activity with the customer. So maybe some bike riding, yoga, lots of different activities.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a tour of this place, and I just visited this like a couple of minutes ago. I think this is a really interesting place. I'm gonna scan my QR code really quick. So each public place has a public menu code, and we have to scan it and show our negative PCR result for 72 hours.
Yeah. So public safety is always very important. We need to ensure this is a comfortable, nice shopping environment.
Yeah.
So here you see is a very big atrium. Yeah. So we purposely feel that, so it's like an internal garden with lots of nice greenery, and we got all the little tables and chairs, all movable. So we'll
all movable.
Movable. So we'll change them according to our event. And also, if you look at the top, there are seven screens. So every 2 hours, there will be 2 different images. In the early morning, will be a bright sunny sky. So at the night, you will see a starry sky.
So is that a video, or it just like it depends on the weather, like for the day?
We got program video, so it changes every 2 hours. Okay. But it can also change according to different events. So maybe a firework during the countdown. There are lots of different possibilities.
Okay. So you give me a hint of this year's like activities for New Year holiday.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah. So here we also introduce lots of first in Shanghai, first in China brand, including our Foodie Social is our concept, immersive food forum with food store and also some pop-up kitchen by Michelin-star chef, and also some food retail store as well. Yeah.
So this is like a public space and it gathers people just want to have a rest or talk with their friends. It also gathers like shopping places like clothing stores or coffee houses.
Yeah. We welcome everybody because we don't close the door. Yeah, so if you look at the paving, actually it's the same paving outside. So it's a seamless integration of outdoor and indoor. It's a place for people to enjoy basically.
So during the stay you were at home, like over 6 days or 70 days, what do you do at home? Like do you cook for yourself?
I need to work.
How do you balance your work and life?
Actually, I'm quite lucky that the supply in my compound is still very good. Well, we got supply from the government to help us as well. We got vegetable, we got meat. At the same time, I just learned how to cook. Yeah. So from not knowing how to cook, basically, I can manage a number of dishes already.
So do you turn to a good chef already?
I won't say so, but at least I can feed myself. Yeah.
That's good. And so for the reopening, it must have like the really strict COVID prevention and control measures. And how do you ensure your employees, like everyone's safety and also the customer's safety? Like I saw like the traffic flow and people wanted to gather here. Like what actions have you taken on this area?
Yeah, that's always our top priority. First, we have designated ingress and designated egress, so people won't mix together. We also got the code for people to scan, and also we double check them whether they're weighted as well. Yeah, and at the same time, for all the employees, we have the test every 24 hours, and also we require the staff of our tenant to do the same before they come to work. For outdoor dining, we do the disinfecting. Yeah, every morning before they open, and every time they close the business as well.
Yeah, so I lived in a hotel for more than 50 days to cover stories because a lot of going on each day, and I just really miss the hustle and bustle of city life is coming back. And when I see those Shanghai people, especially youngsters, are really stylish, and especially gather here or Wukang Road.
Yeah.
I think here's a place and Wukang Road. What other places gather a lot of youngsters? They're favorite places.
I know people will go to the park.
Yeah.
The park, the outdoor is always one of the first pick. Yeah, that's why lots of people will think of coming to CND when they can go out.
Yeah, I just feel like all the people coming on the streets and trying to catch up the time they missed.
Yeah.
Do you have any final thoughts on when you see the city's reopening and busy, the hustle and bustle of the city's life is gradually coming back? Do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, I think we are back. Yeah, we always welcome everybody and hope to see you in Sydney sometime.
That's great. Well, so today after we have a live streaming relay, and we have visited the beer stall of one of the foreign invested companies in Jingpu district, and we have also visited ZTO Express, which we have seen the logistic recovery of the city. And now we're at the Xintiandi area, which is located in the center of the city, right? And it has combined the Chinese elements and Western elements, and we can see a lot of people dining outside. Dining is still not allowed, but people choose to feel the atmosphere of the city and just talk with their friends, explore the shopping clothing stores. So we can definitely see the hustle and bustle of city life is coming back, and we're gonna bring you more update on the city's recovery, on city life and production in the near future. That's all from us.